what I've learned is that there's a continuum, right? There are some people who, can't even look at a bagel, because if they do, they'll have a cephalic insulin phase response, meaning they'll think about the bagel, it'll make their insulin go up and they'll gain weight without even doing anything. That's the one extreme. And those people, I would say they're like celiac disease. They really need to be considering themselves carbohydrate intolerant. And then there's the continuum of people who are sort of somewhere along that spectrum. And the question is, what is right? And do you need to be full keto? Can you just be lower starch and sugar, more higher fat without being keto? Because keto is a very specific type of metabolic framework. And I think maybe we should take a little time to dissect what happens when you eat keto and what the benefits and / potential risks are, and particularly how keto can be monitored in a way that makes sure you're doing it. So tell us about what is actually keto, and how do you know you're keto, and how do you do that?
Yeah, and again, remember, despite the title of my book, which is The Case for Keto, it's not actually about keto. It's about, so keto to me is the extreme of carbohydrate restriction, where you replace the carbs with fat. It's and Atkins was keto. It's hard, the way I refer to it is like back when I was young, that's what we called a ketogenic diet, was Atkins. And Atkins got in trouble because he was advocating a ketogenic diet. So we can talk about, there are different definitions for how much carbohydrates people can tolerate without, in order to get into ketosis. But one of these things I did in this book is I interviewed 120 odd physicians from around the world who had converted to our way of thinking. And I wanted to know what they were trying to communicate to their patients and what the challenges were. And, it was surprisingly, I don't think there was a single one of them that actually had the patients check for ketones. They just wanted to get their patients off carbs.